Every comic collection is a mystery. What happens when the mystery comes from a friend? Stay tuned. All right, everybody. Welcome to Comics YouTube channel. My name is Matty. I'm your host. Thanks for joining. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want more content like this. I've been getting more collections lately, so I will be posting the results of my findings whenever possible. This one, guys, is a special kind of collection. Comes from my friend Mikey up in the Boston area. Shout out to Mike. I will, if you're interested in knowing who he is on Instagram, DM me over on my Instagram page at Comic Sales, and I'll spill the beans. But he's one of the friends of the channel. Actually, one of the guys that really helped me get started as an Instagram seller, because we became friends as I was getting back into comics in 2019, just as like the boom was sort of heating up, and we would do a lot of trades together. We'd go on the hunt together, sort of talk shop about the market and stuff. And he was a really good speculator back then too. He would, pick up like 10 copies of Ultimate Fallout 4 when they were $50 a piece. And, he had multiple copies of First Cosmic Ghost Rider. He had multiple copies of the Clone Wars #1 in the limited variant edition for Ahsoka Tano's first appearance, way before any Ahsoka Tano announcement or anything like that. So, he's just he's a great guy. He's a smart guy. So shout out to Mike. You know who you are. And the thing about Mike is he's a very particular kind of collector. We all have our quirks, our kinks, if you will, when it comes to collecting. His thing is, he has recently converted from being into both graded comics and raw comics to being only into raw comics. And not only that, I mean, he's got a whole litany of kind of complaints about the graded comic industry and whatnot. But he also, besides, shedding his graded collection, going exclusively raw, he's also sort of just narrowing his focus a lot and sort of honing in on only the books that really bring him joy, only the things that, he must keep and he cannot part with. And everything else is just like grist for the mill, onto the chopping block. He's ready to let it go. So, ever since I met Mikey, he was sort of supplying me with opportunities with selling opportunities, essentially, either things that he would give to me for cheap or things that he would trade to me with a favorable deal. He's just been a great support to me and my business. He's got, a non-comic book related job, so he doesn't have to, subsist. He doesn't have to thrive on comics for his living necessarily. He just sort of does it for fun. So he's always been a great partner. You guys might remember he used to have, if you bought from me in the early days, he used to have these meticulously written Post-it notes with all of the information about the book in beautiful handwriting. He's a very meticulous kind of guy. Whenever he gives me books, they're always face-to-face and then outer-facing, face-to-face. They alternate. Kind of drives me crazy because you can't look at the books very quickly. That's one of the points of this video, is that I need to look through the books that Mikey gave me. But I figured I'd make a video about it because essentially what Mikey did was give me a mystery box, a Mikey mystery box. Now, he used to give me these kinds of boxes weekly back in the heyday of, pre-COVID or early COVID comic selling. He would consign comics through me. So he would give me a full box, a full like plastic BCW box with these meticulous labels, such and such, first appearance, hot cover, blah, 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 artist info, date it was made, and then the condition, and then the bin price, right? So Mikey's bins were really famous at my channel for a long time, as many people can attest. So he would create these boxes for me where literally, if I didn't have time to prep an auction that week, I could literally just take Mikey's box, show the books. They would instantly sell because all of his prices were great, and all of his he specializes in kind of like modern variants and stuff like that. Things where he can dig in the back bins of like his LCS and find cool stuff, but it's kind of a little more obscure and hard to find. So at any rate, he just puts together he curates a really good box, if you know what I mean. So I used to get boxes from him weekly, and it was super fun. I wouldn't only sell his stuff, but I would supplement it with the stuff that I'd be selling. I'd maybe have a few really bigger key books I'd be auctioning, and then all of his books would be like the buy it now books, like the sort of $5 to $15, maybe $20, $21, $22 buy it now books that just sold like hotcakes. So what I have here is perhaps the final Mikey BCW box. It's packed to the brim. This is actually a black graded box. I can't even lift it. It's so heavy because it's packed to the brim with raw books in a BCW graded box. But here's what the BCW graded box looks like. In this last deal that he made me, I got these slab boxes, these hard plastic slab boxes as part of the deal. So, he's just always making me great deals and helping my business thrive. So can't say it enough how much I appreciate Mike's support through the years. The reason why this might be his last box for me is because his collection is pretty much where he wants it to be. And he's sort of, his focus is on other kinds of collectibles and other priorities. And he's not really buying comics anymore. And he's sort of gone through these layers of pruning his collection. And you know what he does when he prunes his collection and sort of sheds another layer? He calls me. He calls your boy because I'm ready to scoop it up. Because generally he'll give it to me about 50 to 60% FMV. And then there's usually more sort of upside potentially for me for some of the keys if I want to get them graded or whatever, because Mikey doesn't have any graded books for the most part. So usually he'll have these really nice, raw key books that for my practices, I do really well with like getting those 9/8 on modern books where I can to sort of like maximize my inventory, my equity, if you will. So there's more equity in what Mikey gives me as well. So I dropped with Mike about $1,000 this week, which is a pretty big hit, financially. But I know it's worth it because we've worked together a million times, and I just know that what I get from Mike will be quality. And so here's the deal. I'm going to kind of work backwards here. There's a mystery portion of this where there's a bunch of books that I bought blind. I did not look at. So this is literally a mystery box from Mikey. The mystery box itself was $300 with the bins included. Then I bought sort of a round of keys from Mike that were worth that he sold to me for about $700. So I'm going to work backwards. I'm going to show you the $700 I spent with Mike. You let me know how I did. Again, collections come in all sorts of shapes, sizes, opportunities. This is one of those where the person you're dealing with. There's no mystery element in that regard. Is he not going to know that this is worth $1 million? There's no like, how well am I going to make out on this sort of stranger type of thing? It's more like this is a buddy that's kind of like setting me up. He knows what I like. He knows what I'm able to sell. It's a nice symbiotic, copacetic relationship. At any rate, here are the key books that I bought from Mike for $700. All right, I believe. Yeah, I think this is it. Don't hold me to it. They might be mixed up with the other batch, but I think these are the books, okay? Ghost Spider number 7. That is, I was just talking to him about the significance of this. It's the artist, Bill Pope, I believe. This is sort of a notable artist on Ghost Spider 7 original series. That's sort of not like a huge key, but just a really significant cover art for early Spider-Gwen stuff. Here's a Jurjevic Virgin variant. That's from the facsimile for Ultimate Fallout 4. Here is a La Mole Mexican edition ASM 300 foil that goes for about $150. So, maybe the Bill Pope is 30 to 40 bucks. The Drzevics maybe 50 to 60. This one is maybe 150 or so, depending on condition. I might grade that as well if it looks like it might grade out to a 9.8. Here's a Young Avengers 9, sort of like a minor Hawkeye key, I believe. Kate Bishop key. Maybe that's 20, 30 bucks. Okay, here is a Spawn 230. That is a very desired Spawn book. It's not necessarily near mint, might be like a near mint minus, maybe a 9.0 to 9.2, but in any grade, this should fetch 1 to 150, I believe. All right, classic Black Suit Spidey Marvel Team Up 141 newsstand edition. Should be good for about 50 bucks, 60 bucks in a 9.0 grade or so. Star Wars Episode 1 Phantom Menace. He said he couldn't see anything wrong with this book. This is a very coveted Darth Maul key cover, I believe. Maybe his first cover appearance. I believe it's a David Aja. Maybe not Hugh Fleming, it looks like. Yeah, I have that wrong. Aja is a different variant for this. This might be a 9.8 grader. Okay, this is a big one. I've never owned this book before. This is that Marvel 1000 Disney variant, which I think was limited to 1,000 copies, and huge first crossover between Mickey and Spidey, if you will, Disney and Marvel, if you will. Never had that book. It's always been sort of appealing to me. I'll definitely try to grade this. He showed me a little divot on the back of it that might be able to be pressed out with tack iron or whatever. So I'll do my best with that, and that could be a big book graded. I mean, this book graded could pay for the whole collection. You know what I mean? So to speak, the small collection of keys we're working with here. Here's another Mexican foil. It's another nice Spider-Man #1. I believe it was $100 retail. The one copy I got of this, I didn't get multiples like I did with my 300s, but the one copy I did get, I graded 9.8, and it sold right away for $250, I believe. So that's sort of easy money, sure thing. Here's a Ghost Rider 1, one of my favorite books from the 90s. That's a second print. You can see the UPC down there. Not a high grade candidate, just a really cool book, probably 20 bucks in grade. This one is 238, first Hobgoblin with tattoos. He sold me a Mark Jeweler variant of this a few weeks ago that I sold at auction and did pretty well with. But this looks like a very, very clean copy. I mean, the thing about Mike is that he specializes in, he's a raw collector. So he wants a book that presents perfectly from the front, and he cares about centering. This is a very nicely centered copy. It's not perfect. You can kind of judge it on that top edge, but you can see the whole Comic Code Authority. That's a big factor, and it's mostly parallel with that Marvel Comics Group banner. This is a hallmark of Mikey's collection is that he has very beautifully presenting, well-centered, nice colors, just really solid copies. So, think about it for someone who's really anti-grading, right? He hates the arbitrariness of the grading companies. He hates the fact that, a 9.8 book could have spine ticks. He hates the fact that centering and color is not often taken into consideration with a number grade. And he thinks that people overpay drastically for, an inferior copy of a book just because of that number grade. And he loves to find either an overgraded book or an underappreciated book because of how it presents that is not taking the subjective grade into account. This could be that for him. I'm just assuming that the back of this has some defects because the front looks amazing. And I'm assuming that Mike might have gotten sort of a discount on this because of some back issue. Let's take a look right now, goddammit, because this thing, I mean, really, to my eye, at a first look, looks like it could grade 9.8 from the front. Okay, so what's going on here, Mike? What are you doing to me? Are you giving me a 9.8 238 at a raw price? Okay. Wow. This is exceptional as a copy. Wow, guys, there's not much that cannot be fixed about this book. You can see the slight spine roll there. You can see I should get a webcam where you get better resolution, guys, but you can see some see that color on the white right there? This should all be able to clean off, either with a dry cleaning method or more advanced methods. I think I could clean this up. But I believe that's what's keeping this down from being a very high grader. Besides that, this corner up here, a little bit of a corner issue there. But I'll be damned if this couldn't get a 9.6 after a clean or better. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. This is a friend who hooks it up, He hooks it up with some major opportunity. There's the tattoo insert. Major opportunity for your boy Matty here. This is definitely not a book I would sell raw. It looks beautiful. This is an incredible copy of this book. Very exciting. Very excited to work on that, get it cleaned up, see what we can do. All right. I'm going to save this one for last because this is too funny. All right. This one is a Lego variant, a Superior Spider-Man number 19. This is a book that Mikey sort of believes in as some spec. Like, we got Lego Batman, but we haven't seen a Lego Spider-Man. And if we ever did, there are some really cool Spider-Man Lego variants, mostly, particularly an AF-15 homage, is really cool. This one was a 1 in 25 for like a random Superior Spider-Man non-key issue. Then there's a 1 in 100 that is a black and white, which I had graded at a time. I did get that sold. There's also a really obscure one, a Daredevil 31, I believe, that's also got the two different Spider-Man variants that are pretty hard to find, especially the Daredevil one, because that's even more obscure than a Spider-Man issue. Wolverine 154. This is a Wolverine Deadpool cover that I believe is one of the ones that heated up with the Wolverine announcement. And this is a newsstand, guys. So that's a hard to find Liefeld newsstand. Who's to say what this would grade out at, or price out at, rather? I don't really know the value of it. It looks to be probably a VF plus. Here we've got a rare Spider-Man 13 newsstand. That's obviously a Spider-Man number 1 homage. Looks very high grade. Beautiful copy. I stopped pricing these out a little while ago. And finally, the Piece de Resistance. I certainly have never owned this book before. Never thought I would. This is the Acetate Ultimate Fallout 4. This is so stupid. I've never held this in my hands. USA. I'm holding a flag for no reason. I mean, this is the most kind of patronizing, patriotic Drek I've ever seen. Plus, look at how it sits. Look at how that acetate's not supposed to be on there. It's like ballooning the whole book, like it doesn't lie flat. No wonder it gets a green label. But it is controversial. It is collectible. This is not one that I would try to grade. Not only because it gets a green label, but it has a little ding on the top edge here. So I'll try to get a couple $100 for this. I do think I'll get it. The buyer might not be proud to be spending it, but they will spend it. So, I lost track of the value here, guys, but let's just do a dealer scan of the value here. Okay, real quick, I'm going to sort of do the math in my head. Follow along if you want. 200, 225, 275. I'm probably being generous there. Let's only go up to 300 there. I don't know the value of that yet. This one could be, let's call it 300 for now, but it might be more depending on the grade. 600, 625, $100, 725. This one, I'm just gonna call it 300 for now because I don't know, but if I get a 9.8 again, it's gonna be 8 to 10, $800 or $900, I think. We'll call it 300. Where are we? Like maybe $1,000 now. This in really high grade, I'm gonna say $100. It's 1150. Let's 1150. Let's call this 150. That's 1300. 1325. This gets, let's call it 125. 1350. 1450. This is $50. 1500. We'll just throw that in. Let's call this 1500. I think I got $1,500 of raw books here for $700. I'm not sure how that happened. I think he was only trying to give me half value. Maybe my pricing's a little wonky here, but I remember he did initially price it at 900. He wanted to give me enough room. His whole thing is that his time is money, right? So he wants to give a quick, convenient flipping opportunity for me, grading opportunity for me, but also just to move his stuff for straight cash right away, all in one shot. He, knows who he's dealing with, doesn't have to wait for people on Craigslist, people to flake out, lowball him, whatever. It's just one and done, easy peasy. And then we can make a fun video about it too. So that's that. So I think I did really well there. I'm super psyched to have those keys in the collection and in the inventory, in the temporary collection. And now, part 2 of the video. If you guys are still with me, thank you very much for sticking around. Remember, hit that like, hit that subscription button, turn on notifications so you don't miss the random times when I publish content. Now, here's the real deal, guys. I'm going to shift the camera for a second, even though this is sort of wonky. This is another box of just raw books here. Another graded BCW box, which is worth about $50 in itself. These are not cheap. So that's part of the deal as well. I got these 2 graded boxes. He stocked this thing, sort of like a vintage throwback Mikey Buy It Now box, okay? And I only paid $300 for this box. With the $300, I got these graded books. This is not an expensive book in a 9.6, but that was part of it. And this one, which is really cool. I think I might hold on to this just because I can afford to getting stuff as cheap from him as I have been. And I think this is an underappreciated Jenny Frison cover for Spider-Gwen #1 from her first solo series, April of 2015. This is the Comic Pop Collectibles edition. And that's just an awesome negative space Frison variant. Are you kidding me? Why is this book not bigger? I'm going to hold it till it is. All right. I've got a whole bin of Miles and Gwen books back there. It's just going to go right in there. But those come with the 300, okay? So take that for what it's worth. I think that given how many books are in this bin, we can think of them as maybe I spent maybe $1 each. So we're going to see how I did, guys, for $1 each. I'm going to grab an empty box real quick. Let's imagine that I'm spending $1 each on these, and you guys let me know how I did. Let me know in the comments down below, and let me know what you think is like the biggest scores of these, because I might not know them all. Some of them might be kind of obscure variants. Some of them are not anything to write home about. They might be $5 books, $2 books, whatever. But I think they're all going to be worth more than $1. So let's check it out. Batman Joker Deadly Duo book 3. That's actually one that I didn't pick up, so that's cool to have. Miles Morales Spider-Man #2, fun variant. That's a key first appearance. Batman Incorporated #1, cool variant. So far, recent books. Happy to pick them up for $1. Nothing crazy. I do order a lot of recent books, so recent books are not things that I necessarily need more of, but I'm not going to complain for the price. Okay, here's some different stuff. Spider-Woman #3, Second printing. Cool silk cover there. That's cool. That's got to be worth more than $5. Here's a Spider-Woman number 2, third printing. I love that cover. Hey. All right, I have sort of a guilty pleasure collecting Archie books. There's a nice Secret Wars 8 homage for Archie number 1. Ant number 5, Todd homage. Very cool. This seems like a cool character I've heard good things about. That's issue number 5. Here is he loves his homage covers. Here is a Dark Knight Returns homage. Boom Studios number 10. That's looks like a WWF or WWE book. Some people are crazy about wrestling books, so that should sell well. Here's a Whatnot Tyler Kirkham McFarlane homage for should be Ninja Funk. Here we've got a Wonder Woman 790 variant. This way. We've got, oh, damn. This is what Mikey wanted me to uncover here to do live. He was like, maybe you want to make a video about it. I was like, that must mean there's treasure in here. This is a cool book. I do not have this book. Wow. That's a pretty big book. I mean, Captain Carter is not in the current spec cycle right now, but this is a very cool book. Wow. That's the 1 in 25 first appearance. So I'm going to be looking to grade that one. I'm going to actually put that aside. That's super cool. I'm a big fan of that cover. Look at what we have here. We got another copy of Ghost Spider 7. So that's a pretty big book. I'll put that to the side too. Nice. Got a Silk 1 in 25. That's an early Besh incentive. That's super cool. I'll put that to the side. We got a Djurjevic, another Virgin. $50 there. Jeez. Whoa. I'm gonna sanitize this a little bit. Hi-yo. Nudie Gun Honey. Jeez Louise. Yikes. Just all hanging out there. Very ungroomed cover. Yikes. Blood for Blood number 3. All right. Thank you for that, Mikey. All right. So we're still getting through this. We've got Dwayne The Rock, Black Adam. We've got a Watchmen, great Rorschach cover. Suicide Squad 1, Perel. Beautiful Perel cover. Thanos, Death Notes, great variant there. I love that cover. We've got the Axe Bodies Beret Bloodline first appearance. Can't have too much of that one. Looks like I got a COA here. What is this? Whoa. Spy Boy number 1. Sexy cover. Never heard of this. Dynamic Forces exclusive, limited to 2,000 copies. Okay, it's just Dynamic Forces alternate cover. Interesting. Serial number 1157. Never heard of it. Interesting looking book. Marvel Zombies 2. There's a Tales of Suspense homage cover. That's fun. I know Tales of Suspense 39 is one of Mike's grails. Crypt of Shadows number 1 first. Second appearance of Bloodline. That's a second print. Happy Horror Days number 1. He knows I love my Archie. Wonder Woman 794 Bartel. Okay, how are we doing, guys? We're half hour in. Let's try to finish up in the next 10 minutes or so. Still got a solid short box to go. Let's see what we got. Okay. Gunslinger number 1. Spider-Ham. That's a 1 in 10 animation. Ooh. Spawn. That's a big book. 179? Damn. That is a big book. I think he just gets these things so cheap. He can blow them out. War Journal, cool Punisher cover. Oh, I love this Bartel. Miles 38. Edge of Spider-Verse. That's, I want to say, an Anka cover, Night Spider cover. That stuff I've ordered heavily. This is cool. Whoa. Whoa. What is this? AF-15. It looks like it's just a reprint, but I've never seen that reprint before. It's like a variant on the cover. That is so cool. Never seen that before. It looks like it's backwards. This looks like the back cover. That's the back cover of something else. What is this? What are you doing to me, Mikey? I feel like it's Christmas morning right now. Wow, interesting. This is from Official Marvel Index to Amazing Spider-Man #1. And he is helpfully showing me the back cover, which is just spectacularly cool. So I'm going to keep it displaying the back cover. This is super cool. Never heard of this before. All right. I know Mikey loves his Marvel Tales. These are great ways, especially in newsstand, to have key books in your collection. Much cooler than like facsimile editions, I think, because you got that copper sort of flair to it in the newsstand as well. This one looks mint. I mean, this looks like definitely like a gradable copy. I'm gonna put that to the side because it looks great. Ooh, love this Deadpool #1. Circle Chase, can't beat that. $1 a piece, guys. The $20 book all day long. Okay, $10 book. It's got some spine ticks still. Super solid. Super solid. There is a decal, Catwoman 46. We've got a Spawn Universe #1. That's a $6 cover. If memory serves, McFarlane cover. A Rose Besh Punchline #1. Try to go fast at these. Cool Joker. Deadly Duo #1. This is cool because I've been hearing such great things about this story. I'm going to try to keep a set, keep a run to read whenever I get a chance. I've got tons of this. Gunslinger Spawn 3, First Dakota. Oh, this is a cool cover. He Who Fights with Monsters. That's an homage cover there. The Ones #1, Dark Horse. Men Who Stopped Laughing #2, cool Joker cover. There's just so many cool, variant covers coming out for Batman books these days. Just insane amounts of cool Joker covers, among other things. All right. Speaking of, here's a Joker 2, first appearance of Bane's daughter. Joker 2 second print. Joker 1, Mark Brooks, team variant, I believe. Great. One of my favorite Punchline covers. There's a facsimile, ASM 1. X-Force 3. By side note, facsimiles are like the easiest money in the world. Like, all you got to do is pick up a few extra copies every time there's a big key facsimile issue, and sooner or later, maximum of 2 years later, it's going to be a $20 book. It's just, maybe it's a less obvious play now than it was a couple of years ago, but it just seems like you can't go wrong with that play. Here's the first Full Domino. Great book. Put that to the side. I like to separate my keys. By the way, this X-Force 3 newsstand was no slouch. It's pretty nice. What else? Thick Boy. Oh, I've been wanting this. Maybe I already had this. I think there's a foil version of this, but this is a great Art Germ Harley Quinn Anniversary Special #1. Super cool. Oh, this is nice. Harley Quinn 17, Derek Chu. Liking that. Couple copies of Sandman Netflix special, very nice, and a Frizen Harley. Okay, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Batman 107, Batman 92, Batman 106. That's what's her name? That other character. 122. This is sort of Batman run filler stuff. 94. Okay, Beyond the White Knight, #1, second print. Love it, love it, love it. She-Hulk 1, Adam Hughes. Love it. Venom 4. No, I love this. This is that European kind of variant cover of a European variant. Reprint of a European variant. Wonder Woman 793. Love that Bartel. Future State Yara Flor, second print, first appearance. There's her first appearance in a Frizen B cover. Or is it C? Batman 89, #1 variant. Another Joker 2. What are you doing to me, Mikey? There she is. Still can't remember her name. Punchline Jr., Batman 108. Miracle Molly is her name. Captain Carter #1. Avengers Forever. That's a Captain Carter key. Woo! Dropping it like it's hot. Second print. Add it to my Captain Carter bin. Thanos Quest. Bah, 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 bah. This is a great $20 plus book. And he told me, this is one of the ones he showed me, might be a candidate. I'm going to put it to the side. Thor 6, Black Gauntlet. Second print. There's a Gwen Stacy reprint, variant edition. It's a $15 book. Thor 5, Black Winter, third print, I believe. We got there's what's his name? Hulk 6. Hulk 3, homage, Nakayama. Hulk 3, I didn't have this book. Second printing, very nice. Very nice. Titan, first cameo. Elektra #2, Adam Hughes. I've got like 15 copies of that. Captain Carter #3, love it. Great variant. Classic, Spider-Man #1. I'll have to check the grade on that. Silk #1, Ji Hyung Lee. Love, love, love. Classic, modern classic. This is the Chip Kid die-cut Spider-Man cover. Can't go wrong. Ultimate Fallout 3. Big book. Proceeds #4. You see the image of Ultimate Fallout 4 in the book. It's a preview. Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider 1. That's a variant edition. That's a cool book. That might be a 1 in 10. Another Derek Chew Harley. Looks like Mikey likes his Derek Chew. He likes his Harley, I know. There's another Chew. That's cool. I didn't have that one. Okay, that's a classic. ASM 332. Love it. Nice J. Scott Campbell FF1. Scorched #1, McFarlane. Harley Quinn 75, Cho. I mean, I could blow these out at $5 a piece all day, a lot of these. Whoa! I've never seen this Miller reprint. This is a Mexico. Wow. That's foily. Shiny. Love it. Putting that to the side. Art Adams, Phoenix variant, great. X-Men #13. Champions 1 Newbury Comics Sketch Edition. It's $10 all day. Spawn 8, there's a direct edition. Solid. Another one. Wow, 2 copies. G.I. Joe 194 Retailer Incentive. G.I. Joe exclusive reprint. Looks like a reprint of the silent issue. That's cool. And here's another looking like a G.I. Joe version. Couple more stacks and we're done, guys. We're almost there. Art Germ, Judgment Day. Nice. Dazzler. Love. Campbell. That's an issue 1. Mary Jane Black Cat. What If Miles Thor? This is the variant edition on that controversial Thor issue. Punisher Soviet 6. That's a badass cover. Is that Okazaki? What is that? That's really cool. Variant edition. Transformers G.I. Joe, Retailer Incentive Issue 1. ASM 276 Newsstand. ASM 330 Larson. Spider-Man 7 Ghost Rider. McFarlane. Love these UPCs. McFarlane UPCs are great. Good old Spider-Man #1. Good old Spider-Man #1. Another copy. Jesus. Wow, $298 in the black and white. That's cool. I feel like this goes for something because they didn't start getting heavily printed till pretty much after 300, at least relative to demand. There's a color. Maybe I'll sell those together. There's a $299. Oh, I hope I get some 300 in here. $299. So cool that Todd did this with his 300 run up. I mean, it's kind of an obvious idea, but it's also just fucking cool, you know, because he basically created more collectibles, you know, that are similarly desirable to the original. It's really amazing. Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man #1 variant. Don't know this book. Looks like an indie version. Michael Turner Fathom #0 Wizard. Very cool. Axe Body Spray Judgment. Spider-Man 6 Direct. 245 Newsstand. Another Spider-Man 1. These are $20 a piece all day long. Ditto. Think about this guy. I'm getting 300 books from this guy. This is insane. Okay. Just think about it. Think about it this way. If these are a minimum of $5 each, I'm getting $1,500 of books for $300. This is crazy. This is where I am #blessed. First of all, to have a friend like Mikey, but also to have a channel like I do with you guys where I can sell these books. And, you know, the key is, guys, to have a channel where you can sell books that isn't eBay or whatever, because who wants to create a listing for each one of these books? Not me. Ain't nobody got time for that. If I am watching a live stream and I see, you know, this book come up for $15-20, I'll buy it because I can buy it and add it to, and then I'll buy a few other books for $5 each, right? I don't want to go to eBay and buy one book for $5. No, I don't understand I literally do not understand how businesses work that rely on that kind of eBay listing. It doesn't make sense to me. Death of Superman, no hate to them. Respect to them if they're making it work. The manpower required to list every individual book and inventory every individual book, I can't even imagine. But I'm just lucky to have a channel where there's a Harley Shoe, a channel where I can sell, you know, multiple small books at a time. So I don't have to ship one book individually to every person, and I can sort of combine my small books, Catwoman 49, cool, another Punchline, with my bigger books, and I can help everything move as it should. Art Brute Spawn. Miles Morales #1 variant. That's the new series. There's a cool Something Is Killing the Children Virgin. Transformers 5, Sienkiewicz Classic are all dead. That's such a cool book. Bartman, number 1. Love, love, love. Have that in the 9.8. There's a shiny Batman Incorporated. Got a, whoa, Trick or Read, Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur. It's very timely to have that available to sell. New Mutants Facsimile. Wouldn't it be cool if that was an original? Doctor Strange, Fall Sunrise. Last stack, guys. This is the last of it. Teen Titans Academy number 1, Red X. Another Red X. This is an Art Germ Death Metal. This is a X-Force. What do you guys want to bet it's a Deadpool card? Give it 80% chance, Deadpool. No, it's a Gideon. What are you doing to me, Mikey? What are you doing giving me this Gideon? I can still get $1 for it. Maybe 2. Double my money. Okay, any last bangers? Nice. Oh, you know I collect these IDW Eastman variants. That's an early number, issue 34. Hard to find those. I'll show that one last. Gunslinger 1, X-Force 1, unbagged, and last but not least, a Spawn 183. Hard to find in the mid-100s. I'm sure that one goes for some money. Let's just for fun see what Spawn 183 goes for. Just for funsies, okay? Spawn 183. Lowest prices available, 36, 55, 79. Okay, those are some available prices. Sold 53 in Ireland, $30. So 30 on the low end, 30, 35. Hard to find for less than 50. What the fuck, Mikey? What are you doing putting this in my mystery box? It's cool shit. And I got that other cool Spawn in the beginning of the collection too. Guys, I don't know what to say. This has been, so much fun going through these books with you guys. Thank you so much again to Mikey. You know who you are, and you are much appreciated, my friend, for all of the support you've given me over the years. I don't want to say this is the last box I get from you, but I think it might be. And I just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting my business. As you know, I just had a young child, my first child. So it's more important than ever that I have, money to be made on the inventory I get in. So this kind of a margin on this stuff really, really helps. Guys, thank you for watching. Click the like and the subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you think is the most impressive book of this sort of $1 a piece mystery box. What are your favorite books? What are your favorites from the keys that I got from Mikey as well? Let me know in the comments down below. Message me over on Instagram at mmcomicsales. Generally, I have live auctions every Thursday night over there. This week, I will be having it on Sunday night. So a lot of these books will be available on Sunday night for sale, in addition to countless others. I've got this Avengers 8 First Kang right here, ready to go for the sale on Sunday on Instagram. So follow me on Instagram as well, mmcomicsales, and hit the notification over there as well, because again, with the new baby, my schedule's a little bit more up in the air. So I'm doing Sunday this week instead of Thursday, for example. But next week I might be back to Thursday. We will see. All right, guys. Thank you very much again. I am Matty, and until next time, peace.